Friends, let's discuss this topic that was asked in today's essay paper of UPSC 2024 mains. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. So, like many other philosophical topics, this topic is also very abstract. And if my interpretation differs from your interpretation, it does not necessarily mean that your interpretation is wrong. So, with that in mind, I'm going to share my views on this topic. There is no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. What does this topic mean? This topic means that happiness is not in the outcome. Happiness is in the process itself. Happiness is not lying outside you. Happiness is inside you. You don't have to search for happiness outside. Happiness can be there inside you. And happiness is not the end of the process. Happiness is that process itself. Happiness is not in the outcome, it's in the process, it's in the journey, it's in the tiny steps that you are taking to reach the destination, not necessarily the destination itself. So, for example, if you're traveling to a mountain, happiness lies not necessarily in reaching at the top of the mountain, which would be very momentarily. Happiness lies in enjoying that journey that you have taken to reach to the mountain top. That's just a metaphor to say, but to say that whatever your life goals are, for example, if you're a student and you're preparing for an exam, happiness lies not necessarily in uh, clearing that exam or getting gold medal or something like that. Happiness lies in the process in which you learn, you grow, you improve on a daily basis. Similarly, if I am a teacher, happiness for me lies not in getting teacher's award on a particular day. Happiness is a daily affair. Whenever I enter the classroom and when I leave, do I see satisfaction on my students' face? Do I see them participating in the sessions? Do I love teaching them? So happiness lies in these small details of life, not in some grand event, not at the end of the journey. Happiness is in these little things of life. Now, this reminds me of a topic, a very similar topic, which I just discussed a couple of days back. It was asked earlier, last year, that that something was like this, that the idea for creativity, it lies in the mundane things of life. So in the mundane things of life, you can figure out some inspiration for creativity. And in that also, I gave you these examples that if you are a married couple, then to seek happiness, to create marital bliss, to be the best couple, you don't necessarily have to travel to exotic location. You don't necessarily have to reach to Switzerland, or to Burj Khalifa, or to these places. Happiness can be created right where you are, in your house, in your home. You can, by doing simple acts of love, by sharing, by giving time to each other, by paying attention to each other, you can have a wonderful time. So, happiness is in little things of life, it's not necessarily in grand things. Next idea here is that we can't change the environment. So every day we in this life, a lot of things happen to us which are wrong, which are painful, torturous. We can't change that. So let's accept that. So whatever wrong things are there, what are torturous things are there, things that are beyond our control, let's accept them. Let's accept that they are part of the process and let's enjoy them. Happiness lies internal. It is inside me. The source of happiness is inside me, not outside. You can be the happiest person right there where you are. There is this concept of Mrit Trishna in Indian philosophy, something similar to that, that we should not be chasing for happiness outside. If we keep chasing for happiness outside, it's like Mrit Trishna, something which we will never be able to attain. Happiness is there inside you. And when I say that happiness is not in the outcome, but it's in the part of the process, whether or not you enjoy the process, then there we can relate it to the idea of Karma Yoga, or Gita's famous and iconic shloka, Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachan. So pay attention to your duty. And don't be obsessed with the outcome or the result. Whatever the process is, whatever the duty is, stay committed to that. So, as I said, um, happiness lies inside you, not external. So, these, like this Mirik Trishna, chasing the external world, I would be happy when I will get that dress, or I will be happy when I will get this particular iPhone or this particular gadget. These things are never going to end. And so we should accept whatever we have, whatever little things we have, whatever good things we have, be happy with them and try to be grateful about whatever you have. And if you are enjoying that, you will see that your path, your path on which you are walking on a daily basis is full of bliss. It's just that you're ignoring it. It's just that you're not uh, accepting or conscious of whatever beautiful things are happening in that path on a daily process. So, happiness lies in the path. Happiness is not necessarily the end of the journey. So, we can keep discussing these points, but somewhere we will also add some cautions here that yes, happiness is, there is no path to happiness. Happiness is in the path. But that does not mean that whatever we are doing, we just keep uh, endlessly enjoying it and forget what the outcome is. Because some path can take us to hell. There is no path to happiness, but there are paths to hell. And for example, instant gratification. You may enjoy instant gratification. Um, Social media, if you if you keep consuming that, you would keep loving that dopamine release, which is making you happy, and certain wrong habits in life. If you become obsessed with them, when you become obsessed, they become wrong. Otherwise, you understand what I mean. So those things, if you're obsessed with seeking pleasure in the instant moment at the cost of uh, uh, jeopardizing your future, then possibly then also it's a wrong thing. So, and there are some more toxic things over there. Drugs, for example, gambling. So these sort of intoxicating things. You may enjoy this process, but that does not mean that this sort of happiness is worth pursuing. So we sometimes we also needs to be cautious, and we needs to take into consideration that this path, which is there lying in front of me where I'm walking, where it is taking me towards. So these are some of the ideas. I think this essay is one such essay that you can be written in thousands of different ways, and a lot more can be discussed. Happiness is in the path. Happiness is in the path, but who will tell us what the right path is? Or should we listen to someone? If someone tells us, who will tell us what the right path is? Nobody learns it when he's born. We are all innocent. We have got no idea about the world when you're born. So who shall guide us? And what if they have they have some other motives? And are they rightly informed? Or should we just listen to ourselves, what we feel? Should we should happiness for happiness we understand the importance of self-realization, how much important self-realization is. Self-realization means realizing my true potential, realizing what I love the most and doing it. So for example, if I love being poet, if I love being teacher, if I love the art of writing and I love these things, then maybe my actualization, my self-actualization would occur in these fields, not in maybe in finance sector or in some other domains which are not of my taste. So happiness is in the path, but it's also very important to figure out what the path is. And that again itself is a big problem, what the path is. And then having the courage to take that path is also an issue. So this essay basically opens in many different directions. But again, we will come back to the point here that there is no path to happiness. Happiness is in the path. So there is no path to happiness. So it's so even if you have taken a sometimes if you have taken a wrong path, suppose you feel that you should have taken this particular branch, but now you've taken another branch. Suppose you feel that you should have taken electronics, but now you've taken computer engineering or some other branch, some other subject. And I feeling you're not enjoying this, maybe I should have taken another subject. No, whatever subject you have taken, whatever path you have taken, it is good. Whatever thing you have taken. So if I'm doing this process, let me love this process. This think that this can be the best path. This would be the best path. Whatever your profession is, it is the best profession. Whatever your family members are, they're the best family members. Ignore their problems. Whatever your environment is, it's the best one. It doesn't mean we will stop putting in efforts to change them, but it means that in we will not get lost in changing them to the extent that we start ignoring what the bliss that is there in the present moment. So sometimes we ignore the present because of past and because of future. So neither past nor future. Focus on the present. Yes, sometimes look for the future, but focus on the present and start enjoying whatever process you are. This is a wonderful essay. I loved it. And so with this, I would end here. But again, I repeat, if your interpretation was different from my interpretation, that does not necessarily mean that it was wrong. I hope this was beneficial to you all. Thank you.